This episode brought to you by The Dip. Bad for tunes, great for nachos.
Hey everybody, we're watching Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and you are listening to Miscast Commentary.
Oh yeah.
You're listening to Miscast Commentary, where two guys have seen way too many movies and have way too much time on their hands.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Now here's your hosts, Joe Findlay and Todd Murray.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to Miscast Commentary. I'm Joe Findlay.
And I'm Todd Tebow the Sailor Murray.
And we are bringing to you a very overcomplicated movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this
is one of those movies that, like, you know, was the groundbreaking, pioneering kind of a thing.
Yeah, absolutely. It brings together a lot of things. It brings together animation and live action. It brings together Warner Brothers and Disney.
That's a big one right there. Like, I don't know how they did that.
It is just a crazy amount of things that had to happen and things that never, like production in a way that is never done before. And we're going to watch it. It is Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Damn right.
Let's get right to it. Let us press play.
Pressing play.
No, we're not, because I have to mute.
Pressing play. Koya's Listen to my low tones. This is the brown note. I'm ready to shit everywhere.
Oh, no.
Koya Squatsy.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Koya Squatsy?
No.
Anybody who knows Philip Glass would have just loved that bit.
Nobody loves Philip Glass.
You didn't even say the name right.
Well, I didn't have time to.
There's no
because we
time.
wasted enough time. All right. So we're watching... So we got Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and let's not waste any time. Let us press play.
Pressing play now. He literally pressed it right when I said now. So hopefully you did.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Touchstone Pictures. So Touchstone was an underling company of Disney. This and Nightmare Before Christmas are the only things that came over from Touchstone to be official Disney movies after the fact.
So what? So Touchstone is a company.
It's like a Buena Vista or anything like that. Yeah.
And what? So Disney was like, you know what? This one's so good, we're gonna slap Disney on it.
Yes. They decided basically when they re-released it, it was re-released under Disney because Touchstone wasn't a thing anymore.
Do you feel like the movies that were under Touchstone were jealous of the ones put under Disney? Like these were like the reject children kept like in the basement?
I'm sure, well, because I mean, there's a lot of money in the redistribution and all these types of things, so I'm sure that there's a little upsettingness. But Roger Rabbit, the design on Roger Rabbit was great.
I like the whole, just the legs, like, you know, like in Tom and Jerry or something, right? Where you just see, look at that panty line at the back.
Yeah. He was designed very specifically to be a mixture of Disney and Warner Brothers. So he would be like this kind of like brandless tune.
Right.
As it was. And yeah, he was brilliant.
That's Buddy from Demon Knight doing his voice, right?
That's Charles Fleischman. Yeah. Fleischer. Yeah.
Fleischer. I loved how this movie opened up with this little cartoon.
Yeah, well, because it really gave you this, like, what is this movie? I don't even know, you know?
You're like, what am I seeing here?
And this is a movie, if you did not know, it was directed by Robert Zemeckis, who did the Back to the Future movies, Death Becomes Her, Forrest Gump, Castaway Contact, Beowulf, Polar Express, all these different things. He wrote...
He started the whole, like, remember Beowulf? He was the guy who started the whole, like a real person in the CG world or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't he like...
Yeah, well, from like the whole like motion capture everybody type thing, kind of like what they did with Rango, where like everybody got together and acted type thing. Yeah, that was all him. I like this because this is just very much every Warner Brothers cartoon. It's like it's hitting all the beats. But yeah, Zemeckis, he's even responsible for bringing Peter Jackson into Hollywood. He helped him get he produced The Frighteners for him.
Awesome movie.
and all that stuff. He also wrote 1941 Used Cars, Trespass. He actually came up with
Oh my God, who wrote Trespass?
Zemeckis.
He did?
Yeah.
With Ice Cube and Ice T and
There's one.
all the other ices?
Yes. I Vanilla
Boom.
Ice, I think.
You
right?
wish.
I do wish.
His DIY show's killing it right now.
Yeah, and he also had he came up with the story for Bordello of Blood, the Tales from the Crypt movie.
Robert Zemeckis.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, well, hey, it's not his fault that the
Dennis Miller.
Yeah, he didn't cast Dennis
Angie
Miller.
Everhart. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, that's why we got to do Demon Knight, because that one's full of people who are awesome.
Demon Knight rules.
It's a good movie, and it's full of people who are just awesome without having to be big, you know?
This is like every 80s kitchen. Now it's like all these corners have been cut off, and you can't open the drawers, and there's no way that
And nobody irons anymore because they have steam dryers.
Yeah, there's no way one of those toilet plungers is going to shoot out of a toaster oven.
Definitely not.
It says right on the sticker, too, this will not shoot out a plunger. I'm like, what the fuck?
There's no the Succo Lux. That sounds dirty as shit. It was.
What a consummate professional that Roger Rabbit is.
Oh, absolutely. I can't just stop watching it. Also, from an animation standpoint, it's one of the for what it's trying to emulate, it's still a lot prettier than all of the other.
Hell
the
yes.
Warner Brothers and stuff. I mean, of course, yes, it's a movie and all that kind of thing. But this is where you finally get that first, like, hey, it's live action. This is a very different. I remember the twist of this too. That is that director, if I'm not mistaken, is Joel Silver.
That's Joel Silver. I thought I recognized him.
Yeah, who is again, we've talked about him a lot, but he's one of the biggest producers on the planet, especially of action movies and stuff like that. Oh,
he's the man.
Yeah, that's right. He plays Raoul, the director.
Hey, there's a cheesehead in there.
Oh, nice.
It's like a green.
I think
Bay.
it's just cheese.
Joel Silver, wicked.
But
this is essentially like the whole cast of people that do Tales from the Crypt.
A lot of Tales from the Crypt people in this, in fact, yeah. But it's crazy because there is a lot of this is one of the few like animated ones where it's like you actually see a lot of interaction with the tunes, like you see like that with that coat moving.
It's
and
a
stuff
little
like that,
dark
like,
now.
Yeah, no, it does, but I mean, again, it's the style.
It still looks good though. He just looks like he's trapped in the shadows a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, and here we go. We got Bob Hoskins.
Beautiful.
Love us some Bob Hoskins.
I like his suit in this movie.
Yeah,
I think he really does look like a gumshoe. Like he's got the little bottle of hooch.
I don't remember the name of the movie now. I don't have it written down. But yeah, he was actually hired because of like an old timey like detective movie he did just prior to this. But do you know who was everybody's first choice to be Eddie Valiant?
Val Kilmer.
No, that was not a good guess. Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
But nobody knew how to get in touch with Bill Murray because he's got that infamous, like, just call this number and I'll get back to you.
Maybe he'll get back to you.
So, but when he found out, so he saw an interview, Bill Murray saw an interview with Robert Zemeckis saying that they all said Bill Murray would be the perfect guy for this. And he let out like an audible scream in public because he wanted to do this movie and didn't know he was even up for it.
Well, that's what happens when you don't friggin' answer your phone or you don't have an agent and you just kind of fuck around because you're Bill Murray.
Yeah. But yeah, Bob Hoskins, I mean, he was definitely not a loss to have him in this movie.
Bob Hoskins, I think, was perfect.
Oh, he was great in this movie.
Amazing.
A lot of people actually were supposed to be in this. Eddie Murphy was actually offered this, apparently. And he said no, and he said he regretted it. Well, that didn't fit anyways, just given the time and stuff like that.
Yeah, motherfucker, what you do, Roger Rabbit? Shit.
But,
the most overpaid actor in Hollywood right there, man. Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
I would love to be. I've always, honest to God, thought of like, I don't think I have I can't drive or anything, but you need to have some kind of skill. I would love to be a private detective. I think that is the coolest job.
Yes.
Because you always get like hey, I want you to follow my wife around for a couple of days and see what she's up to. You end up banging her. She ends up dead.
It's all good.
You know, it's always the same thing.
And you just take a picture of her with some random bus driver.
Exactly.
And it's like, oh, that's the one who did it, clearly. Bob Hoskins, people who don't know, he was in Hook. He was in Mermaids. He obviously played Mario in Super Mario Brothers.
Oh,
which
of
was
course.
his biggest role. He was in Nixon.
His biggest role. What do you think his biggest role really is? Probably something from Britain, right? Probably something over the pond there.
Probably. Big one was Nixon was a big one.
Uh-huh.
But Hook was another really big one.
Look at that beautiful, like pouring booze out of that. That's classy. That's for classy alcoholics.
Yeah. Yeah, if it doesn't have the label on it. So
there's another cheese.
Yeah, you were obsessed with cheese today.
This movie's all over the cheese factor.
Yeah. We were watching a Packers game just prior to this. So.
Fucking cheeseheads.
Fucking cheeseheads.
Oh my God.
Jeez. But yeah, if not for the fact that he had taken ill because he had Alzheimer's towards the end there, he actually he was going to play Professor Slughorn in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and he was Professor Slughorn.
Yeah, who Hoskins?
Bob Hoskins, yeah. And then he was also supposed to play Salvatore Maroni in The Dark Knight that Eric Roberts ended up playing.
Right.
So he had a couple of good things up in line, and then it ended up his brain ended up stopping him from doing that.
Bob Hoskins is alive still?
No, he died in 2014.
He did?
Yeah.
We are talking about a lot of death today.
Yeah,
I'm sad.
Yeah,
I did not.
Another
I didn't know
recording
that, actually.
we did today. We talked about a lot of death. Yeah, he's dead.
Oh
Sorry.
Man.
Sorry to tell you.
Do you have anywhere in your trivia how that Robert Zemeckis got all of these characters allowed into this movie? Because, dude, when I was in Sturgeon Bay, there was a bar called Pooh's, and it had a very crudely drawn drawing of I got a hot mama, and a little Fantasia on you, girl, and this bar was called Pooh's, and when I was in there getting loaded. This guy from behind the bar, I was like, aren't Disney like really hardcore with their properties and stuff?
Yeah.
He said that back in the day, years ago, when the bar first opened, it was blatantly Winnie the Pooh. And, it was said Winnie's or something. Huh? And he said that within their first week of the bar being open, little shit rat bar, a guy walks in with a briefcase, like a suit that was like cost more than the bar.
Yeah.
He slaps the briefcase on the thing. He goes, bartender, get me a drink of this. He's like, by the time I'm finished this drink, he's like, that sign better be taken down.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was within the first week. So I was like, how do they find these things out?
Yeah, I have no idea.
It's like we're having a poker night, and it's called Winnie the Pooh's poker night. They will call you on the phone and be like, "You better rename your poker night right now."
And then you go,
and you're like, "Who the fuck is this?" And he goes, "Ha ha!" And you're like, "Oh shit!" Just hang the phone up.
And then you go, "Oh bother! Think! What are we gonna call it now?" I just named it.
I like that.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty brilliant. This was the most expensive film made in the 80s.
And it was
$70 million to make this movie.
See, look at this, man. $70 million. Look at this thing. You got animation.
Yeah.
You got live act. Look at this old train. This train in a movie would cost $70 million and then would be blown up by a Ferrari.
Well, I hope so.
In one of those Transformer dudes movies.
I was thinking the Fast and Furious movies, which is their entire budget. They're like $150 million budgets or whatever now.
70 mil.
And, well, speaking of big budgets, I just read that the next Avatar movie could cost $1 billion.
No, it's all of them in a row. So all of them together are like $1 billion.
Still, that's a lot.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot for.
They'll make it back. You watch the first preview is going to come out. The movie's going to look crazy awesome.
I need this.
I'm telling you, the movies are going to be huge. Everybody says, like, oh, nobody likes Avatar and this, but you'll watch. The seats are going to move.
Because
it'll be the best 3D you've ever seen in your life.
He makes people wait for them, and that's what happens. It's like it took forever for Titanic to come out. So when it happened, everybody went and saw it.
Well, no, but it's because the man always makes movies that people want to see.
Yeah, but then, like I said, I hated Avatar.
I didn't mind it.
It was just like...
I like seeing it off.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. It's like the next one will have to look really, really special to me for me to go see it.
They'll look even freakier than that live action one. Welcome to Avatar Land. Yeah. I am real.
I saw actually a commercial for the Avatar Land in Disney, and I saw some of the animatronics. It was some of the best animatronics
they look awesome.
I've ever seen in my life.
Well, no, people were fucking freaking out and saying, like, yeah, you better stop that drinking there, Valiant.
Ugh.
I like this old 50s style that's going on in this movie, too, right?
Yeah.
I feel like Zemeckis and Spielberg and those guys, they love the 50s. Oh, well, yeah, but Back to the Future was, well, part of it, right?
55.
Yeah. 55!
It was a...
Look at that hot check.
Yeah.
Remember you bringing your check home to your old lady?
No doubt.
You're getting laid tonight.
That's Joanna Cassidy. She was in Blade Runner. I'm currently wearing a Blade Runner shirt.
I didn't even know that, and I made a Blade Runner comment.
I know. It's all good. She's in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
Oh my God, that's right.
Yeah.
That's a classic. That's a movie we should watch, man.
Oh, we'll get there. She's in 6 Feet Under, Boston Legal. So she's got a resume.
Oh my God, look at that old thing.
Oh, absolutely. The writer of this also wrote Duck Hollywood, Wild Wild West, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, like the live action one.
Oh God.
And Shrek the Third.
Shrek the 3. Is that a beer he's drinking out of that thing, or is that straight bourbon?
That's got to be a whiskey or something like that.
Okay, maroon. I can do better.
Oh.
I'll try later. I like this guy.
These are the guys too. Actually, it's funny because there's a lot of ties to Dick Tracy in this movie and some of the other movies that we've got coming up in the near future. And characters like this guy just remind me like they're right out of Dick Tracy. But again, it's got a lot to do with the style of the movie and stuff like that really make it go. To prove to Disney that they could actually...
He's got the worst breath.
I know.
Get out of my... Oh, see, there you go.
Yeah, to prove to Disney that they can actually like pull this movie off with all the like interaction between the tunes and the live action stuff and all that kind of stuff, they actually did like a screen test. They shot like a little short version of the movie, like Amblin and Robert Zemeckis did, and Joe Pantoliano played Eddie Valiant in the short because
no way,
because they hadn't cast anybody yet or anything like that, right? So they got Joey Pants out, and he did
Joey Pants.
Yeah, and they did the screen tests and stuff like that, and then Disney bought into it.
This is like the best scene of any movie ever.
Oh God, yeah. This scene though is responsible for a lot of big people in animation hating this movie.
Why?
Well, there's a scene coming up in just a couple of shots.
I think I know where you're going with this.
This movie was portions of this movie were actually storyboarded by the people who created these cartoons. So like guys from Disney and Chuck Jones was involved in doing some storyboarding, and Chuck Jones actually storyboarded the scene coming up, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is it coming right up. It's the piano duel. And he storyboarded it, and then they went with the different version. We're going to see Daffy Duck here. There he is. But they went with not the Chuck Jones version of Daffy Duck. They went with a different version of him. And so Chuck Jones was like, he felt betrayed. But here is exactly what we're talking about, of how, like, what they've done to put these guys together. We have a Disney Duck and a Warner Brothers Duck sharing screen. Basically, Disney went to Warner Brothers and asked permission to use these guys. They actually just flat out agreed. And they said, yeah, we'll do it. However, equal screen time. You're not giving Disney all the time and just bringing in a Warner Brothers guy for a cameo. So that was basically how they decided to do it. They're just,
so it was that easy. They like the script, they like the idea of it, eh?
Mm-hmm. But a lot of people in animation, like Chuck Jones and stuff like that, were not fans.
Why?
Just because
look at this asshole.
Yeah. Oh, there's
fucking dirty creep, fucking dirty giggler.
When you live this close to Toontown, you're gonna have
a little wonked out, eh?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. It's disappearing ink, which means it's going to come back. It's disappearing, reappearing. Woo. That probably cost $1 million.
Yeah, right there. I can't believe this movie only got like 70 mil. Like this movie now. Is it inflation? Why inflation would be a big so much money
inflation
now?
Would be a big part. This would be almost a $200 million movie today.
That's insane.
Right? So, and that's based on the exact same pricing and stuff, just it getting more expensive. Just based on like,
I wonder if it would have been cool to have some, but nobody here would have known at the time. Well, somebody would have, but they should have had some anime, some of the Japanese characters and stuff. You know what I mean? Like they should make a sequel with more different, like Miyazaki's guys in there and stuff.
Well, it would have to be now because like anime would have been completely meaningless in this movie. Nobody.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it wouldn't, right? Because nobody would have.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Look at Donald's got to go way too far.
Yeah. But, like, it's so clean with the live action, and there's so many, like, just everything going on. And they actually, I've got some examples later of things that went wrong during the live action portion that just made them change what they animated. They're like, let's just not fix that. We'll just go ahead with it, and we'll just change what we do. Because they did all the animation later. It was actually a really arduous process because they shot the movie, then they had to basically transfer all the movie to like large cells, do the drawings, and then transfer it all back to film.
Really?
So
Jesus. Here you go. Who's Betty Boop owned by?
Betty Boop, I can't remember who. I think it's Warner Brothers.
Is it?
But
isn't Betty Boop and the Woody Woodpecker, and they're kind of in the same?
I don't think so. But an interesting thing, the lady who is the voice of
oh my God, here we go.
Betty Boop, who I've got it. I thought I had it written down somewhere.
Oh fuck.
I can't find it, but anyways, she is in another movie that we've done on this show, which was Christmas Vacation. She's the voice of Aunt Bethany.
No way.
Yeah, you couldn't hear a dump truck going through nitroglycerin.
That's her.
Yeah, he's like
the funny
"Shut up,
squeaky
hello."
noise.
Yeah, so that's who Betty Boop is.
Wasn't this amazing as a young man seeing this scene? I think everybody in the world that watched this movie is just like, oh my God.
To this day. They actually do a lot of interesting things. If you watch her boobs when she's walking, they make them move in the opposite direction of how they would in real life. So like when they should be going down, they'll go up and stuff like that. And it's to create this like other thing. They actually put a lot of thought into the boobs.
You got to put a lot of thought into the boobs.
Ugh.
I still remember everybody loves Jessica Rabbit. And you know what? I had this idea years ago. I haven't done the tattoo because I probably never will. I'm too busy spending my money on bullshit. And I always wanted to have Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah.
Well, first I wanted the weasels.
Yes.
In a state, you know, like in the lineup. But then I thought, man, you know what would be cool? It would be, you know, like in this scene where she's dancing around, where she's like the stripper and the weasels are in the audience.
Yes.
And this dude that I know, and I hope he's listening to this podcast. I doubt it. Not because we don't have any listeners.
Oh.
I just mean he's not cool enough.
Oh, you're not rad,
so
dude.
I had told him, that was a good down to cleavage shot right there. I had told him my idea for this tattoo.
Yeah.
And then I saw him years later and he got the tattoo as if it was his idea.
Fuck that.
And it was the worst Jessica Rabbit I have ever seen.
Oh, see, that's another
It looked
reason.
like he tattooed himself using his foot.
I have such a problem. That's one thing that like really freaks me out about doing any kind of photorealistic tattoo, is because it's like if you don't have somebody who's awesome at it, you have something you're going to regret for the rest of your life.
Well, that's why this is the kind of thing where you need to see the person, like draw it out or something. Like, let me see you.
Yeah.
Or even the stencil. Look at those, eh?
Yeah. This club was actually designed to be like the old like Jim Crow kind of segregation thing. Where, so tunes were allowed to perform and work here, but they weren't allowed to attend the show, which is why you don't see any tunes actually just watching the entertainment.
Okay.
They're all waiters.
I like that.
Yeah. You like segregation? Let's get that on record right here.
Yeah, put that clip together.
Into segregation.
I like that. Segregation. I like that.
The crows too. I think those are the crows. Those look like the crows from Dumbo. But originally in this, there was supposed to be 7 weasels that were supposed to be like the opposite of the 7 dwarfs.
Right.
And they all have names. They're like Psycho and Slimy and all that. But they never actually used the names. Oh, my gut's hanging out. My shirt came up.
That's the worst when you're wearing like a sweater and then a t-shirt under and a backpack. Yeah. Because the only the shirt in the middle is the one that starts rising. It's like the weirdest, most uncomfortable fucking thing. Look at this dirt bag.
But yeah,
if I ever caught my old lady playing patty cake with some old fucker.
Oh, you have no idea. And then this seems kind of racist too.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, well, because he's like, you know, the big bouncer's a big gorilla, and like that's what I thought you were gonna see people had a problem with it for, right?
Yeah.
I love this.
No. That was good. I mean, that was corny. Like you could see clearly it was like a rope. It was like a tether kind of thing. Because like there was no.
Who's a chump? Ooga booga. Oh damn it! I fucked it up.
You fucked it up.
I thought he said, "Who's the chimp? Ooga booga."
It's all right.
Yeah, it's just a handy window right. This looks like an alley from Batman. Mm-hmm. He looks like he's gonna pass by. Here's a sandwich. Yeah, right. He's got all the money in it. What's his name?
Yeah. I don't know.
Hey, Eckhart. Think about the future.
Yeah. The actually
that spending your nights.
That was a movie that was one of the movie I was thinking about surprising you with tonight, but that's not the movie.
Oh my god! I hope it's the Barbie animated movie.
Yes, for sure. The first Monster High movie I can find on Netflix.
Oh my god!
But yeah, so the role of Jessica Rabbit is broken up into 2 people. Kathleen Turner is the uncredited voice. I didn't realize she was uncredited.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, she doesn't have a credit in this movie.
Oh.
And she is the speaking voice, but Amy Irving is the singing voice, which was really only for that one scene, right? But Amy Irving played Sue in Carrie, the Stephen King movie.
Ooh.
Stephen King movies being a good flavor right now.
Is patty cake supposed to be like sex?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, right? Like totally.
Yeah, except and the way that they did it in this movie was kind of brilliant because they made it sound like it was just like they were using a euphemism until you look at the photos and it's literally playing patty cake.
Yeah, he is a little dark looking, right? Like he always seems to be like...
Oh, it's so good. And like everybody they picked, every human they pick in this is the perfect guy for the time period.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's funny. So that's the RK Maroon there. That's Stubby K, who's an old like actor singer from the day. His biggest thing for me was Cat Ballou. He was it was him and Nat King Cole were like the chorus.
That's right. Yeah, he was on the piano.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
That's a brilliant. That is a brilliant movie.
Was she? I need to continue watching the film as I've lost some things, and I need to know why Jessica Rabbit is playing patty cake with this man. I can't handle the fact that she's cheating on Roger Rabbit.
They do actually.
Look at Roger's eyes. That's going to be our eyeballs in about 5 movies from now.
No, it's going to be our eyeballs before the end.
This is like old school. Like when we went to see like 3 movies in a row at the theater. 4 hours in between, you just hang out.
Except we used
to eat another sub.
Yeah, that was always the case. I had the exact same meal every day. I ate a foot-long meatball sub
and a large
fry from McDonald's.
No, from New York.
Oh, New York fries. That's right.
Well, sometimes McDonald's. Sometimes McDonald's. You gotta mix it up, right?
Yeah. Well, it was New Orleans fries.
And then popcorn, maybe some chocolate.
Yeah, we definitely.
You know what I think you know what? You heard this kid? He had like a bunch of caffeine and he died.
Oh, really?
Like he drank a Red Bull.
Mm-hmm.
No, he had like a Red Bull or a pop. One pop at lunch. Then he had a coffee. Then he had a Red Bull. He died in class.
The Red Bull killed him. The other
no, that's what they're saying. But they're saying that like there's limits that a young body can do of caffeine. Man, I was drinking like 3 liters of pop a day.
Kids today are pussies.
I know that's exactly where I was going with this. Exactly.
Back in my day,
I'd go to the store, buy a 3-liter bottle of Faygo.
Yeah.
And because it's for overweight people, so the nozzle's like 3 times bigger than the opening of a regular pop.
Yeah. I used to have that when I used to get the Shaquille O'Neal Big Slams from Pepsi, where you could like stick your fist through the top. Those are brilliant. Charles Fleischer would show up. He didn't just voice Roger. He didn't like Andy Serkis it or anything like that, but he stayed off to the side dressed like Roger Rabbit, delivering the voice.
That's kind of close. Pretty close to...
Yeah, and people were kind of like giving him shit. Like they were like, Bob Hoskins thought he was just crazy because he's like, what's the point of...
Well, that's what they thought about Gollum.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Well, what are we doing looking at this weird guy?
But there was at least something to that. They're like, look, we can see his performance and work off it. He's literally just like sitting in a chair dressed like a rabbit going, please. Like,
and he's not even supposed to be saying anything.
Yeah, shut up. You're not even supposed to be here. Get out of my life. But speaking of casting for Roger Rabbit, Paul Rubens was up for the job. Good old Pee Wee Herman himself.
Rabbit, to be Roger Rabbit?
Yeah, I think he could have been a good boy.
I think he would have been a great... I wonder if this is a little bit of a spoof on Chinatown as well.
Yeah, it very well could be.
Look at this cool place. That looks like one of those beds that goes up into the wall.
Oh, yeah. I wanted one of those beds forever. But then I started thinking about, like, how does the whole making of the bed thing happen? Where do I put the pillows? And that's all really problematic for me.
Yeah, the whole thing is going to, like, fall to shit. Where are you going to keep your bed pizza? I mean, the moment you throw that up on the wall, your pizza's fucked.
I always put it in my pillowcase to keep it warm.
Oh, look at the good times they had. He was a sailor. She was a flapper.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Oh, you just
flappy do-lips.
I thought maybe. Oh, okay. I thought you maybe had some kind of.
She uses her
like
vagina
kind
to
of
clap at
thing.
the movies.
That's his brother. Who's playing his brother? I always keep.
Oh, look at that! Look, it's a good acting right there. He's a good actor.
He could be drunk.
Yeah, that's
that looks like
bro.
That looks like the guy who has the record for most Guinness records.
Oh
that
my God, he
Furman.
totally does. I remember when he was on Oprah.
Yeah, we watched
they had the world's hottest pepper.
Yeah.
And he had like held, they're like, well, you don't have this record. This is the world's hottest pepper. And he's like, oh, I'll try it. And he was eating it as they went to commercial break. When they come back from commercial break, he's on the ground and like the medical team is like seeing to him because he like rubbed his eyes.
Yeah.
He rubbed his eyes. And then he made his triumphant comeback on the... Later on in the episode, he's like, he's back.
He was oh god, it was funny. And that's actually funny, well, hilarious because we watched that when we were up north together.
You know, even though that guy has like so many weird world records and stuff, I bet you he's completely miserable.
Oh yeah. He was actually on a Canadian show that we have here called Harder Than It Looks. And
Was it?
It was. Well, he was talking
That's
about
what I tell the ladies all the time.
He was talking about setting a world record, or Tougher Than It Looks, or whatever it was called. And that guy came on, and they tried to break some records together, and he actually broke 2 records.
Really?
While he was on the host, Andrew Young husband.
It's harder than it looks, babe.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with that fucking thing? It's harder than it looks, and I don't do anything with it.
Yeah.
Because it's soft.
I use it to just
It's
pound
harder.
a nail into
It's
wood.
harder than it looks. Are you just gonna keep saying that or get the fuck out of here? I'm leaving.
Huh? See, this is
Marvin Acme.
he looks like Jack Lemmon very much.
Yes, big time.
Like if this was the 50s when they made that absolutely would have been Jack Lemmon.
Look at those leather daddy cops right there.
I know. They have to all be Irish too. Hi.
Oh shit.
Uh,
Look at that, eh?
mm-hmm.
It's like an acid trip. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes.
And this was the first time that Mel Blanc did not voice Yosemite Sam.
Really?
And he did do other voices. He does Bugs Bunny and a couple other voices
In this one.
In this movie, but he wasn't capable. He was like 91 when this movie
Oh, so
came
we
out.
couldn't do Yosemite
So
Sam no more?
he couldn't get Yosemite Sam going, so they hired another guy to do it. That guy never did Yosemite Sam again, but he went on to do other Warner Brothers characters like later on after he died. Yeah, it was.
Did you see that old clock on the wall? Was that like their punch-in clock?
Probably.
It
Yeah.
looked like a neat old. Dropped a safe right on his head.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a murder he's heard of before.
Yeah.
Quite possibly.
His brothers.
What?
That's how his brother died.
Oh my God! What? Oh, there she is.
God, Jessica
Ooh. Do you think Jessica Rabbit or Kim Basinger from Cool World is hotter?
Rabbit. Jessica Rabbit.
I agree.
I love that. I've always wanted one of those.
Where does it go?
Just, I don't know, just whole.
Goes to the same place that the poop went in that movie with Jack Black and Ben Stiller, where he creates that poopy gun spray.
Yeah, I don't remember even the name of that movie.
Envy,
there you go. I was just thinking like it was just like a really bad ripoff of the Hudsucker Proxy somehow.
Oh my God, that was a great movie.
I don't think that's true, but look, even the rope looks old timey.
Some goop on there.
Paint from a rabbit's glove. Oh,
there she is. Oh,
so Bob Hoskins got himself into some trouble with his kids for this movie because
he would caught him with Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah, no, he would not. She's all the shoes. He would not introduce them to all the cartoon characters who were in the movie.
Are those Nazi boots? Stomping around the way, Nazi boots stomping around.
It looked like it actually. That's funny. But yeah, he's like the kids were like, you won't introduce us to Bugs Bunny or anybody, like because he's like you're in a movie with them, and, so they were all back.
Gotten some real shit.
But he actually said, too, he said he didn't take another movie for a year after this because he said,
I forgot that Christopher Lloyd is in this.
Yeah, there he is, baby. But he said all the like pretending everything else was there had him like hallucinating. He's like, I'd be at home and just seeing cartoon characters on the walls. And stuff. He's like, so I had to stop. He's like, so basically what killed Heath Ledger almost got him for Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
So that's like a real thing, I guess, eh?
Mm-hmm. Well, if it's something you've never done before and then you have to do it nonstop for like, I think they shot this movie over like 6 months.
Really? So he's visualizing, as an actor, he's visualizing all these cartoon characters in the scene, and then he's starting to see weird shit.
Yeah, no doubt.
They should make a movie on that.
Yeah?
Like on how the movie role is, you start turning into it or whatever,
Yeah, could be good. Gotta love Christopher Lloyd. He's
amazing.
He looks, and what's really crazy, because, so Robert Zemeckis did this. Robert Zemeckis produced Frighteners. The guy in Frighteners reminds me a lot of this character, the bad guy. My body is a roadmap of pain.
Frighteners is a killer movie. I forgot that was Peter Jackson.
Yeah.
I forgot about that movie.
Peter Jackson's first American movie.
Oh, here they come. Here's my boys.
The weasels are brilliant.
Oh, yeah. I still should get these guys as a tattoo.
Get it across your asshole.
Yeah.
So,
all of them, they'll fit.
yeah.
Gonna drink some water. Talk it out.
He moves so well, though. Christopher Lloyd, like every movement he does, and obviously if you haven't seen this movie, spoilers to come, what you find out about him, but like all these like little details about him and the way he moves and what he does. Those boots are voiced by Nancy Cartwright, Bart Simpson.
Really?
Yeah. So that's the funny thing about being a voiceover.
This is like the most horrific scene of any movie.
Even
more so than anything in Cannibal Holocaust or a Serbian film.
Yes, any Serbian film, like a Serbian love story.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the movie a Serbian film. Just I meant any random Serbian film.
Yes. Just he has this dip ready to go.
The dip. What do you think the dip is made of?
He actually says
it's like turpentine.
Yeah.
Is it right here?
I think he says
this is what looks like. Oh wait, right here.
There. Turpentine, acetone, and benzene.
And mustard. Just a hint of honey mustard.
Just for the scent. The reason they selected those things are because those are the most common things they use to clean animation cells. So it's like
so that's what would kill them. That's a really good trivia piece right there, actually.
Yeah. So that was very specific to why they selected those things.
Look at that evil shot.
Oh.
It looks like the barrel that like falls over in Return of the Living Dead Part 2, like off the back of
totally.
Off the back of the truck, right?
Totally, yeah.
But just look at steaming.
Yeah. But seriously, that's when you like see how dark this movie is. Like I actually struggle now that I'm watching this to go like, would I let Abby watch this? I've let her watch darker things, so I would let her watch this, but it's like
I struggle to keep my hands to myself around you.
Yes. Look at that.
Yeah. Like that 1950s thing going on, man. It looks really nice.
The high shorts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is the 50s. If this lady wants to give her baby a fucking cigar, you better let her, buddy. This ain't like now.
4 out of 5 doctors would have recommended it back then.
Absolutely.
Tar's good for babies.
Now you can't even like burn your kid with a cigarette without some stranger being like, oh, that's abuse. You're abusing your baby.
That's the truth. Somebody too, just still talking about Judge Doom there. Tim Curry auditioned to play Judge Doom, and I'm like,
I can see that actually.
He would have done really well, but his audition was was deemed too terrifying by Robert Zemeckis and Steven Spielberg. They're like, you cannot do this.
It's way too scary.
It was like, yeah, you're taking this to like rated R territory.
I wish they would have. I guess he could cut the swears and the nudity out.
Yeah.
Put your penis back in.
No, he wouldn't do it.
And it was a cartoon penis too somehow. That's what was terrifying. When he got naked, his penis was a cartoon.
He can be as scary as he wants to be, though. He was in an episode of Criminal Minds, Tim Curry, where he played this like weird rapist. And like they talked about his like horrible breath, and it showed these pictures, and he just had these like god awful yellow and black teeth, and he was just like and he looked like he was always sweaty and just
my god, you know that reminds me of when I worked at the friggin' Canadian Tire.
Yeah.
And this lady came in and she's like got like a cart, and she I think to myself like her baby's in the cart, that's what she's thinking, like her baby's in there. She's wandering around. She looks kind of dirty, and she's got a bag of chips. She's eating plain chips. She comes right up into my face, and she's like, where is this? And it was like plain chips mixed with like the Holocaust. Like, it was just like the worst. And I literally was like, I think the only time like I gagged, I actually got somebody else's vomit in my mouth and never gagged. And that's how bad this woman's breath was.
Oh, my God.
And I just remember literally having to stare her in the eyes and go like, oh God, and then backing up. Yeah. And thinking in my head, did she even realize what just took place here? Mm-hmm. Like her breath is so god awful that I just had to back the fuck out.
Yeah. I was in an elevator with a very large woman who clearly was not able to clean her undercarriage in a way that would have been satisfactory. I washed myself with a
rag on a stick.
That would have been required because what I smelled.
I wish.
And literally, I live on the 7th floor of this building. It was in this building. And I had to go from 1 to 7 smelling this.
Oh, yeah.
And honest to God, I was like, I'm not entirely certain that I'm not going to throw up before I get to 7. Like, God. It was that bad. And I did make it, and I got off, and I was literally like trying not to go like as loud as I could. Like when I got off.
What's funny in a situation like that is because we're so polite.
Yeah.
That you are trapped in an elevator with a woman that's so large, there's a literal humongous turd hanging out of her unwashed vagina and armpits.
They probably eat armpits.
She reeks so badly that, you know, you shouldn't have to tippy-toe around that kind of stink. You know what I'm saying? But still, you're like, I don't want to offend this lady.
I just felt
by
bad.
throwing up near her.
I just felt really bad. It was like I just
feel
like,
bad for the bathtub this woman's in.
Yeah, I just looked at I looked at her and I just felt like really bad. I was like, it could be like anything. It could be a glandular thing or whatever. And I
know
just
what?
looked
It's
at her,
nothing.
I was like,
you know what it is? You take yourself out behind the old barn there and you get yourself hosed off.
hose that shit down. I get it, but it was just like, I don't know. At the time, I looked at her and I just pitied her more than anything else.
Oh, she didn't want your pity.
No, she doesn't want my pity. She wants my
D.
D.
She probably does it on
wants
purpose.
My big fat D.
She probably is like, oh, everybody's going to be polite to me. And she puts on a fat suit and then shits herself and then sees like,
Are you saying
that
this was Tyra Banks?
It very well was, yes.
Oh my God, Tyra Banks and Whiteface.
Even more terrifying than white chicks.
Yeah. But not much more terrifying.
A little sexier.
Ooh, I found the name of the girl who played Betty Boop. Her name is Mary Questel.
Mary Questel. That was a good Betty Boop. Was she the real Betty Boop?
She was the real,
just like
she
Betty
was
Boop.
the real Betty Boop.
I like that boop when it go, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do I love the what a good voice, eh? It's so, again, very unique. This, like, it must have been impossible to create these unique characters like Herman and like him and like Benny the Cab and all these different things coming up when you
Who
literally
wrote this movie?
Who wrote the movie?
Yeah.
It was that guy who wrote Wild Wild West and stuff that I listed.
Oh my
earlier.
God, he wrote
Jeffrey Price.
Jeffrey Price.
The story came by like Robert Zemeckis and a few other people though. But yeah, just bananas that they like. This is like the all-star game of cartoon characters.
Yes,
and
it is.
And none of them are the stars.
Nope.
You got like these nobodies coming in to be the.
Did you think that the movie would have had as much kick and punch if they didn't have the other cartoons in it?
No.
To kind of add weight?
If it was
they're even like, you know, like you said, that we're taking a backseat. Roger Rabbit is the star.
Yeah. If it wasn't for the actual Disney and Warner characters, this movie would have no weight.
Right.
It's like it could have been a good movie, but it would have had no draw because the whole idea that Toontown is a real place and all the cartoon characters you've known your whole life exist there.
It's like if it was littered with there's Rorschach's suit there, because it's like littered with other characters they just made up. You don't think it would have as much gravitas
because you wouldn't give a shit. You'd just be like, oh, whatever, another person they drew.
Yeah, once you see Yosemite, you're like, oh, this is for real. Or, you know, they're playing the piano there. You're like, holy shit.
Well, and
here they come.
The reason being, you have zero time to establish it. It's like, you got a character that you're going to see for 5 seconds.
You're right.
And it's like, what do I care about this random, like, you know, ferret that they drew or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like, but when it's Yosemite Sam, you're like, oh, God, that's Yosemite Sam. I know everything about Yosemite Sam. So if he says my biscuits are burning, I've got the whole, like, the whole picture is drawn, right?
Pretty much, right?
So,
what are his biscuits? You're like, who is this guy? Why is his ass on fire?
Who's
so ornery? Yeah, like what?
Who's Deanna?
I hate when the biscuits burn.
I love that. Please, Eddie. I can't do it, but I love it. So yeah, I said the budget was $70 million. Domestic, it made $156.5 million. This thing was in theaters from June till November.
Wow.
Which is not a thing anymore. It's like usually like maybe 2 months tops.
Maybe, and then and after the 2 months, it's already out on DVD.
Yeah, exactly. It was in the top 3 for 7 weeks.
Nice.
It was in the top 10 for 4 months.
Nice.
And that's not even the best I've seen. I was doing research for another movie, and I saw Platoon was in the top 10 for 26 weeks.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's bananas. But yeah, this beat Coming to America in its opening week.
Good movie.
But I noticed as I was going through all those weeks, there were a lot of sequels out at that time. So like Short Circuit 2, Rambo 3, Crocodile Dundee 2, Phantasm 2, Arthur 2 on the Rocks, Caddyshack 2, Big Top Pee-wee, and Nightmare on Elm Street 4 all came out in this period of time.
Caddyshack 2. Nightmare on Elm Street 4 was a good one. Did we watch that one?
We didn't watch it. We watched 3 here.
That's right.
But we've watched 4.
Oh, of course. My God.
We're not animals.
Oh my God. Like seriously, where the fuck have we been?
No doubt.
Which weasel would you like to be if you were one of the weasels?
I want to be the one with the beanie. I've always wanted to wear a beanie, so that's where I'm at.
I like the guy with a straight jacket.
Yeah. Yeah, that works too. But I don't know which two, but Charles Fleischer also voices two of the weasels.
He does, yeah.
He says by name who they did.
That's pretty
but
cool.
I was like, but you never hear them say them who they are by name, so I have no idea. This is
like every teacher we had in high school.
Pretty much.
Like, just mad as fuck that we just keep laughing.
Oh God, yeah, we've told those stories before.
You know what? Actually, the tattoo I wanted was them laughing themselves to death. That's what I wanted.
Even just
and
one of them
souls
down with the
out. Yeah.
Again, very dark, because when you just say like ghost of them or something like that, not so dark, but right when you say souls, their souls leaving them.
Soul tuned.
Whew.
Why do they come to me to die? Why do they come to me to die?
Excuse me.
Oh, the big old tune kiss. I'm still upset, even though, like, okay, so if your wife was cheating on you, and then you found out that it was like she was being blackmailed, and they would have killed you or something, would you still be upset with her, or would you be cool, or would you be cool with it?
Wouldn't be upset anyways. I want her to get all the D she can get. As long as she videotapes it.
I think Ty still would probably be pissed off. Yeah. I'm like, why don't you just let them kill all of us? Why would you have to soil our love? Just let them blow our brains out. Who gives a fuck?
Well, I think she does. Like, there was that little guy who was in the back who just stood up to say one line and then they cut him off. And then Big Boobs walked in the way.
Oh, look at her old Coca-Cola tray there.
Yeah. Oh, that's an old. I think that's an old
Coke ad. These are old, real. I was going to say, I wonder if those are real old Coke ads.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
Is it? Oh, sure it did. Oh, man, this movie's got it all. Secret rooms.
Swinging lights. It's like the 30th time.
Yeah, the lights have been swinging a lot, eh?
Yeah. Oh, good old peepholes.
Have you Griffiths?
I like when we watch these movies with the subtitles because he just said the word oof and I get subtitles.
I just like the slide whistle sound effect.
Yeah, I know.
You can put that on anything.
Oh, absolutely.
Anything, I'm going to love it.
Erections, mostly.
Yeah.
I never understood the haphazard hacksaw slicing. Like your wrist is there. That's very.
You're gonna like slash your own wrist off.
Yeah.
If only you could get it underneath, but then you're never supposed to cut towards yourself.
Yeah.
Because boom.
Well, that's what I would do. I would take off the blade, and then I would slide the blade in underneath and reattach it, and then cut outward. That's how I do it.
Whoa. You've thought about this, eh?
I've done it.
I want you on my chain gang, bro.
Yeah, baby.
Hell yes.
Whenever we escape prison after digging the ditches.
Fucking right, boss man.
I love.
I just saw that the other day, actually.
Who would play her now? Helen Hunt would have played her in the 90s.
I think black hair Charlize Theron.
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. Now, who plays Eddie?
Maybe not Charlize. Somebody new, maybe. Who does she needs to be? Charlize is a little older. Who would play Eddie Valiant now?
Yeah.
Well, they probably get fucking Tom Hardy or some shit.
I kind of want Charlie Day.
That would work.
I think it's Charlie Day. Either
as long as he doesn't play it too jokey.
Or Charlie Day could play Roger, actually.
Yeah, I could see that. Who would be a good Valiant? They got to play it serious.
George Clooney.
Yeah, I could see that, actually. No, I could see George Clooney doing it.
Yeah. I don't think it should be somebody too big. It should be somebody who's like really big on TV, but not in the movies or something like that. I don't know.
I'm gonna think about this throughout the film, and I'll come to an answer.
Apparently, they had a lot of scenes like that, only to like tune to Eddie type thing. Like somebody would like kiss him, and his tongue would go through his ears or something like that. But they didn't want too many cartoony things happening. That to me is the worst piece of animation.
Yeah, it's weird.
In the
I
whole
was just
thing.
gonna say that it's very
choppy.
like.
Kathleen Turner was 9 months pregnant when she did this.
She doesn't look 9 months pregnant to me, buddy.
No. That ass, though.
She was wearing the same dress?
Yeah. Look at how sexy he looks without a shirt on. With that tie. Everything's perfect. He looks very, like, strong. He looks like a tough man.
Yeah, he does. I was going to say, look like he's always ever hairy as fuck. He borrowed a Robin Williams sweater for this film.
Yeah, he's like...
Okay, not even close, but, no. Not even close. I like that look with
I'm
tie
actually
and
that's
the
very
body hair.
That's very close to my body, by the way. That's one of the best lines ever. It's still one of the top lines ever, like for film.
I agree, it's great.
It's one of those. It's like on like AFI lists and stuff like that too. Though I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
Wait, here we go. She's trying to tell the whole thing here.
She looks like she might be a drag queen now that I'm really watching, though. You can see,
see, if your wife slept with someone,
yeah,
because you wouldn't work in this town again.
Yeah, I don't currently work in this town. I work.
My wife works.
I work literally
sleeping with men who say that I'm going to not work in this town again.
I have a job, but it's on the other side of the lake.
So not this town. You can work in any other town, just not this one.
Yeah, well, that's what he literally said.
Ooh.
Oh, slapping a boob. I like that it had like the
my offer stands firm.
Yeah. Splat.
Holy jeez.
God, it must be like picture with all the camera movement, because like every movie that came before it that had like animation and live action, you will notice that there's almost all static shots.
Yeah.
Moving the camera around and stuff like that was considered to be impossible when they shot this movie. And like to see how they put all this together and then like choreograph the action, like even just that little like, oh, I got a kiss on my cheek.
Right.
Like that is hard work.
Oh, well, especially back then too, right? This is like it's all new.
Yeah. And like I said, this had the highest budget of the 80s. This also had the longest credits of any movie in the 80s.
I can see that. Oh, look at her. She's looking at all. This is like a real good whodunit, right? So they're trying to. Ooh, she's a suspect. You just start looking out the window. They're all like, ooh, she's setting it up. Like
everybody's a suspect.
Damn right they are. I saw a thing. It might have been on my version of the movie or whatever when they showed like the making of, and it was the scene of them before Jessica comes out and all the penguins are. Got the trays. It was actually all the trays were on these sticks, and the trays were like moving around the room with nobody touching them. You know what I mean? So everything in the room was like moving around.
Yeah, there's a lot.
They just didn't animate things with it yet, right? It was crazy looking.
There's a lot of that. Like they built like special machines to basically move every piece of equipment that's moved by a tune during the thing. Like if like somebody like hit you with something, there's like a machine that makes it look like it's being swung, and there's like it's just crazy bad. He does not know how to follow the rules.
Not even close.
I don't even know.
He's right here, though, eh?
Yeah. I don't even know why he gives a shit. See, people always seem to really be into getting exposed that their hair is... like
that guy was okay with
it. Yeah. I liked this gag a lot. The idea that the record's just skipping. That's expensive.
A waste of dishes, I know, right?
Oh man, I want nothing more. Like I want secret entrances to my life. You know, that's all I want is like if I were to be able to build my own house, there has to be at least 3 secret entrances. One to a bathroom that only like me and Carrie know about, so that it never gets used by anything else. A little room for like our movie room nobody knows about or something like that.
And then your dildo S&M room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's just a sex swing that's on top of razor blades.
Yeah, somebody's chained up or put in or there's like a quilt crate. When you open it, some guy with a fucking zipper mask jumps out.
I was just gonna say we have a live-in gimp.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
You know the way that Roger Rabbit was thrown into the room? I want to be thrown out of a place like that and be okay.
Oh yeah.
Like not get all fucked up. You know what I mean? Like Axel Foley.
I feel like I've been thrown like that in some way.
Oh, you definitely have. Well, I've thrown you a couple times.
Yeah. This is the problem about being the smallest kid in a group full of like really big dudes.
The smallest, baldest, hairiest kid.
Yes, baldest, hairiest kid. I was the...
You think that's weird to say baldest, hairiest? But it's the truth.
It was 100% the truth, and I don't feel good about it one bit.
Neither do I.
There was an original version of the script.
There is.
Yeah. An original version of the script revealed that Judge Doom was the guy who killed Bambi's mom.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But then they just kind of left it out because they were like, it doesn't really keep with his character revelation later on.
Right.
And also, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy who would be a
deer killer?
Yeah, he doesn't seem like somebody who goes hunting.
The Deer Hunter.
Starring
Doom.
I like that he has felt the need to write this down
in the scratchiest, like.
Yeah. It's fakey scratch though, so I don't mind it so much. It's I have to be in the room with the scratch.
Yeah, I hear you. Like, it's a little bad, but. Oh, fuck. This guy, this scene right here redeems this guy. I thought he was a total dick, but I'm like, I like this guy.
He's still a dick. He's just decided to also be a dick to this guy. It's not like he's like, I have to save Roger.
Well, no, but he doesn't give him up.
No, but it's literally like, because, this guy wants something. Fuck this guy. Who does he think he is?
I like that. He's an equal opportunity son of a bitch.
And then he comes, and then he leaves, and then Roger comes back and goes, you saved me. Well, you think you're better than me or something? Like, it's just a constant thing.
Harvey.
I like that. Again, it was a joke I never got back then.
I didn't either. I still don't. I just laugh a lot. They're laughing. I'm laughing. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's like a light smile. The fake teeth are fucking terrifying.
Like, that's why I like watching those Chuck Lorre shows, because the audience laughs, and I know I should probably laugh too, or else people in the room will think I don't get it.
Chuck Lorre is like the old Fox News or Fox Network. It's like every show has just like, woo.
Oh, yeah. And it's like this horrible sexual innuendos and stuff. Yeah. And it's like, why not just show me porno?
Yeah.
That's like Two Broke Girls. I'm like, this is the dirtiest show, like, on television.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I can't see hardcore pornography in the afternoon. It's like the same fucking thing. It's like, that's the type of show that treats you like a fucking moron.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, we can get around, I'm going to talk like this. But it's like, oh, my God.
But it's crazy because he's all over the place, too, though. Because he also does
50 shows.
But he also does Big Bang, and he's got that young Sheldon out.
Oh, God. Young Sheldon. Oh, my God.
I refuse to watch it this week. Are they?
Disresemble the place.
Yeah. I do like the dumb henchman mispronunciation of words, and I'm not referring to you in any way.
I was like, hey, wait a minute.
I resemble that remark.
The old shave and a haircut.
Oh, I love shaving a haircut. This was one thing I did get, one reference I did get, because my grandpa used to sing this all the time.
I never knew it during this either. I didn't know what shaving a haircut was.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And I still do not quite understand what 2 bits were. I think a bit was 5 cents.
2 bits.
I think 5 cents was a bit.
Maybe they're talking graphical power.
Oh my God, that is a
in
very
the Toon World.
Yeah. Wow, you just blew my mind.
2 bits, bro.
That is not a lot of computing power.
Oh, Roger, come on.
You dummy.
Oh my Lord.
Look at the chin on Doom, eh? So good.
The Wolf.
Remember
the Wolf?
I read this article. It was another bullshit clickbait thing.
Oh shit!
It was like famous. Children of famous people and stuff like that. And it was like, who's the son of, or like, who's the famous dad of Scott Eastwood? It's Clint Eastwood. And then one of them was like, Bob Dylan.
What a tough guessing game!
It was. Every single one of them was like, it was so obvious, and like, it wasn't like even like that girl who's like a Susan Sarandon's daughter. Who was like that's a guess, It was like, hey, this is Zoe Kravitz. Can you guess who her famous father is?
Never in a million years.
You've only heard the name Kravitz once. Let's.
I think the dip is made. What does it look like? It looks like paint degreaser mixed with guacamole.
That's always the case too when they make those things. It's like, because they can never. Like, to say what they actually are, they can never make it look like that on film.
Right.
Because everything looks different once it's filmed. So they have to do something else. It was like, what was it? Something they poured all over, in like Lord of the Rings or whatever. It was supposed to be oil or whatever, but it was like glycerin and like soda, like the syrup from like pop and stuff like that. It was just like this weird concoction.
I think in that scene where he dumps that booze down his throat, you could see it not go like down his mouth, because his arm, like, it looked like Buddy Doom's hand was dripping with booze for a second there.
Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting.
If only we could go back. Oh, we only went back once. We can't reverse time so fast before.
No, we're not doing it. But the...
Which one did we reverse time in?
We didn't reverse. We stopped Canadian Bacon.
Oh, Canadian Bacon. That's right.
We stopped Canadian Bacon, and then I abandoned you for The Last Dragon.
Holy jeez.
It's a good thing they can stop on their own sometimes.
Oh, fuck. This is a strong indicator right here, which I never caught.
Well, actually, they
Right
talk about a lot of them. Let's just get the spoiler out of the way, because I highly doubt you haven't seen this
Right.
movie. So Judge Doom is a toon.
What? You asshole.
Sorry, but they were talking about the indicators, and one of them, he puts on rubber gloves when he dips the boots.
Right.
He puts on rubber gloves. He doesn't blink. He has those weird teeth.
Yes.
The way he moves around.
Well, the way he backed up there,
Yeah,
too.
he's
But
trying
so
to be
did
human.
everybody else. They're probably
Yeah.
just freaked out about it.
Oh, very well. Yeah.
Like, if I was not a toon but was dipping a toon into it, I would still wear a safety glove myself.
Yeah.
Just, you know?
Yeah,
I'm kind of a germaphobe a little bit, so, like, I wash my hands a lot. Oh, there he is.
Not me. And speaking of other people Charles Fleischer voiced, that Benny is also voiced by Charles
This guy's
Fleischer.
kicking this movie's ass.
He's like the way
That
Andy Serkis.
the car there looks very Ren and Stimpy-ish.
Yeah.
I have a white pencil dick.
The voice sounds really specific to me. He sounds like somebody who's like a Broadway actor or something like that. I can't think. The Brooklyn Dodgers.
Bunch of bums.
Those bums.
I want to be in the Toon Patrol, man.
That'd be a lot of fun. I want to know what he was doing there. Like, he's got, obviously, because they're moving along the road, that means he's got to be sitting on some kind of little cart that's like animated over. I'd like to see like a version that doesn't have any of the animation.
I'm sure. I don't know if they talked about this scene in the making of that I had seen years ago.
But not even like a making of. I want to see the entire movie.
Like,
with all
without
of them.
any of the animation.
Yes.
That would be neat. You should be able to flick that in like the new DVD version, you know?
Yeah. There was a movie. Oh, there was somebody.
Can they do that easily though? Like, could you make a copy of the movie with it taken out? Or that would cost like a lot of money, probably, right? Or what?
Well, you would have to have all the raw footage.
Right.
So yeah, it would cost a lot of money.
Well,
But,
the footage is probably sitting somewhere in an old freaking warehouse.
Yeah, but it's still not free. The I think somebody did that on like YouTube or something like that. They edited Garfield out of the movie Garfield. And then it just makes it look like John is like a weird sociopath. he's like he just keeps coming in. He's like, I'm home, and there's like no reaction to him.
It turns into a real dark, like, you know, it's character study of a lonely man.
It pretty
and
much
his
is.
imaginary cat and dog.
I think what they should have done is just left Garfield out of the last shot in the movie on purpose, just so everybody would have that question to ask. So good. It's been a long time since I've seen this movie.
I know,
so
me too. Like, it's really taking it all in.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and we're about to go to Toontown.
Oh, sweet.
And the tunnel that they take here, it's the same tunnel that they used in Back to the Future when they're like going through.
Yes.
And apparently a lot of movies have used it. Oh, this reminds me of the Last Dragon scene. Everybody being loud through the movie.
Oh, you're going crazy. This is the way movies should be.
No, it was. You know what? I just took my kids to go see a Canadian kid act Splash in Boots yesterday.
What?
It's a child, like they've got a TV show on Treehouse, which is like our kids network. Excuse me, and they and we went to the theater to actually watch them do like a live performance, and it's bananas. All the kids are up and doing whatever, and all the parents are talking to their kids and be like, don't run over there, don't, like, it's just mayhem.
It's insanity.
And it's what this feels like, and it makes me tense. I'm just like sitting there, and it was like, I'm fine with like the kids were up and jumping around and dancing, and that was all good, but then I'm watching kids like run off, and like my nephew just wanted to go out onto the handicap ramp over and over again and just run up and down and not watch the show, and I'm just like,
Isn't that the best thing about paying tickets for kids?
Oh, Jesus.
It's just the most wonderful. You're like, you go to a restaurant and you pay this money and then they don't eat the meal or something. And you're like, when we leave this, I'm beating the shit out of you in the parking lot.
That's why I don't smoke, but I own cigarettes so I can burn them with cigarettes.
Oh, hell yes. You get them, take a couple drags off of this kid.
Yeah.
And then, because you don't want to do it, right?
Yeah.
Let them do
Actually, we did a little thing. We did a little parenting thing to Abby. I wasn't here for it. No,
How's that we then?
I was not
we did a parenting thing, and like always, you weren't there.
Well, I supported it.
Live via satellite.
But
when she has a stern talking to your daughter, she puts a picture of your face looking Not mean, but yeah, maybe slightly.
Yeah, just like you just could tell that he's not proud.
And if it's a good, maybe you have like a ton of pictures of all different facial expressions. Yeah. And she's like, we're really, really proud. Your father's not. She puts on the happy face Joe picture.
I don't want to spoil her by being too hands on, but no, she my mom bought her a cheesecake. That she asked for it specifically, and she really wanted it. It was just a little mini cheesecake, and she bought it for her. And then my sister was there, and she had some leftover cotton candy from the parade the previous weekend.
I think I like where this is going.
And then she just flat out didn't want the cheesecake anymore. She's like, "Oh, I just want cotton candy. I don't want this." So Carrie was like, "Fine, you're gonna pay her back for this. You're gonna go into your piggy bank and take out money and give it back to Grandma who bought you this." So what we did is she gave her the money, and then we literally she gave it back to me, and we snuck it back into her piggy bank. So she didn't actually pay money, but she thinks she did. So she's learning the value
was she bummed out that she had to pay it?
Yeah.
Well, that's what you get, kid.
That was it.
That's what my sister's kid does all the time too. He's like, he throws an absolute hissy fit over something.
Yeah.
You get that for him, you hand it to him, he literally throws it on the ground. Yep. Then 45 minutes later starts freaking out because he can't find it or something. And you're like, you threw it away. You literally put it into the sewer.
Yeah.
It's gone. I want this. It's like, what about this are you understanding, kid?
It takes a long time to figure that out.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it takes a long time for them to figure that out. You gotta be patient.
Yeah, patience.
It's all right. I'm very lucky. I've got good kids. They make mistakes, but I mean...
You correct them.
Yeah.
Like in The Shining. Maybe you should correct them.
I put them in the fridge for a while. It's all right. We figure...
You want to go to The Shining again, kids?
All work and no play. Yeah. Which is literally going to be the theme of this night by the time it's done.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Movie 1 of 3.
We're doing it.
We're doing it. It's like the Dusk Till Dawn at the movie theaters or the drive-in.
Oh my God! I'm not like the only person that makes it through it. Always the only person. Everybody's like, "Can we go?" I'm like, "We're halfway through the first fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
There's 4. I told you what was happening tonight.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
You got a bunch of snacks. There's a blanket. Just go to sleep.
Yeah,
just go to bed.
Oh,
there's always somebody falling asleep, right? Well, your kids. I saw that picture of your kids, and they were like all like passed out. Hey, wait, what's the connection?
Sorry, they just they're talking about like the sale of Toontown and stuff like that.
Right. They're not in Toontown yet, eh?
No,
they got to go through the tunnel.
Toontown, yeah. I thought that was happening, and then he just didn't go.
Oh, they had to go for a quick break.
Yeah,
they're trying to hide out. They're trying to figure it out. They're trying to plot their next move.
It's hard when you're laying low.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if there's different laws, like because they're not in Toontown, but they can still be toons. Yeah, like they can still do wacky, crazy things. I'm surprised that when they leave Toontown, like they're not, maybe the rules don't apply anymore or something. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting too because they also had a whole thing where they actually drew Eddie as a toon for when they went into Toontown.
Oh, like he would turn into a cartoon when he went in there. Yeah,
but then they finally kind of worked out the logic that doesn't work because why do they not turn into like real animals when they come over here?
Right.
So they got rid of that, but they worked 7 weeks on a sequence.
Right.
That included him being a toon, and they're like, "Yeah, we're not going to use that."
Oh,
and they
fuck.
That would have
been the section I worked on.
That must be the worst for like an animator. But it's kind of neat.
You still got paid for it.
Well, you got paid for it, but also you have this little secret that nobody else has.
Yeah.
But
pistol packing possum.
Yeah, I know. There's so many of those posters through these things. Like none of them are real.
Oh my God, he's dead.
Yeah.
Why would you do that, Jessica?
Oh, well, I thought I saw camel toe. Oh, see how you saw like her boobs were going up and down in that weird
It's like
way?
the reverse gravity breast reduction.
Yeah. So he got a Derringer? Oh, no, it's
not. Jesus Christ. The man can't even have one drink.
Yeah, I know.
Man's been trying to get drunk all movie and everybody's fucking with him.
He succeeded for Super Mario Brothers. He admitted openly that he was hammered during the entire production.
He was?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
They were like he
that
was
is
so
awesome.
He said it was such a shit show because the directors were a husband and wife team who did not know how to direct movies. And
how did they get the movie then? How can they direct the movie if they can't even fucking?
They was just like it happens, let's just do it, and they couldn't make decisions.
Hey, we're making a Mario movie. Anybody?
Yeah.
Director.
Yeah.
I think I know. Okay, I gotta just go find them.
Well, that's how Dennis Hopper ends up playing friggin' Koopa. Right? It's like, wasn't he like a large lizard type thing? How about if we just spike Dennis Hopper's blonde hair? Dennis Hopper doesn't have blonde
like
hair.
a lizard.
Yeah, like... And he's like, well, what do we do for all the Goombas, the little mushroom guys? How about we make the big lizards? Well, but we didn't make the big lizards big lizards. Yeah, but that means there's room for big lizards. And it's like, well, is anything going to be a mushroom?
There should be, you know how they did like, the movie like Ed Wood or like, oh my God, you just killed him, Valiant.
Yeah.
Jesus, look at that gun.
That looked like the Joker's gun.
It did. He's
He's
got the golden gun.
Yeah.
James Bond's.
Yeah,
Is there any significance to that golden gun in your trivia? What's the deal with it? Can it kill a tune as well?
In one shot.
Yeah.
No, I think it was just a rich person's gun. Uh-oh, run, Jessica.
Run, baby. I'd like to see her in like some track pants or something.
Sorry, I was not fullating my water bottle. But yeah, I want to see her in some yoga pants that say juicy on the back.
They should have some drawings of her now like that. Or like walking with the baby carriage, sexy soccer mom style.
No, whenever they do those now, it's
her
like
Roger's demented half whatever baby.
Yeah, whenever they do those, they always make it like, oh, here's what she'd look like as like a housewife, and then she's like got no makeup on, and you got a decision to make.
Here it is. Here's the 1950s Back to the Future tunnel. That's like the darkest tunnel. Yo,
Felix the cat.
That's exactly what I was just gonna say at the top there. Yep.
Yeah, they just threw that on.
See, Felix the cat isn't either of theirs.
No.
Disney or thing.
No, he actually was. You know what the problem was? He was in this movie. Like they actually had a scene where there was Popeye and Felix the cat. It was at the guy's
Popeye should have been at the bar.
Funeral earlier.
Oh.
They originally had a different funeral scene where it was like outside and all these other characters were there, and it had all the Popeye characters and Felix the cat, and you see him like shaking hands with somebody at the end and stuff like that. But they couldn't get the rights to all those guys in time. So then they had to completely scrap that scene. But they managed to get a couple of like pictures of Felix like that and stuff like that just to kind of like put it in.
I like the story that you told about Bill Murray audibly screaming when he found out that they wanted him for this movie. He could have been a lot of fun in this if he would have played it serious. Yeah, exactly.
I think he would have he could have done a really good job.
I think so too.
Oh, don't do it, Betty. Don't do it. That's part of the dip. That's one of
there. It is right there. Maybe that's the dip for humans.
Yeah.
Booze.
Yeah, it is. It's our dip. It's the dip for your liver.
I'll let you guys know out there. The dip. Dip, 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 da-na-na, sha-na-na-na. And it's just a picture of you throwing up everywhere because you're loaded off the dip. Oh, I like the big chief there, eh?
It doesn't really seem like he has to be good aim for that. Why do you...
If your wife catches you coming out of the Toontown Tunnel, baby, you are in big shit.
She catches me coming into the Toontown Tunnel all the time, if you know what I mean. I mean, my
Toontown's prostitute houses must be the best. You know they must have some prosties.
There are just probably like a flat out vaginas that are just like
just
walking
a big
around.
Walkable. Maybe they should do that, man. Imagine you can go into a brothel and Jessica Rabbit's there and the chick from Cool World. Who else would be there? What other hot cartoon chicks?
Marge Simpson. Betty Rubble.
Any of the Justice League girls when they draw them in the DC thing, like Hawk Girl, all of them are like, holy fuck.
The Muppet Babies.
Oh, yeah. Alf, the cartoon Alf.
Any the racist crows from Dumbo that I mentioned before?
Oh yeah.
I don't know nothing about seeing no flying Dumbo. Just. Is that? Oh my God! Was that Moana? Did Moana just get crushed?
There must be they could have made a sequel. There obviously must be the dark side of Toontown.
Well, again, there was a lot of negativity coming from the industry about this movie. Like I said, with your Chuck Jones and stuff like that. Oh, they had the Seven Dwarfs were in the background.
What was his problem with it?
Again, he just there was a lot of bastardization of what their ideals are. Like everybody has different philosophies, right? And they had to try and mix it all. So basically, he didn't meet anybody's expectations for their philosophies.
Right.
So it's
hey.
There you go. So it's kind of a difficult thing, and then when you don't have any other support, you can't make this movie.
Right.
So. Oh, I love Droopy Dog.
Droopy's the man. Yeah, Droopy's in the same Woody Woodpecker, Betty Boop. Hanna-Barbera, there you go.
Betty Boop, I don't think is Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, we didn't have any Fred Flintstone or nothing in here, eh? No Jetsons or...
No, we didn't.
I wonder why they didn't ask for the Hanna-Barberas.
I don't know.
Have a good day, sir.
It was probably because, again, they'd probably also want equal time, and it's like, well, we're running out of places
we're running
to
out
give
of
time.
like.
We'd have to cut out people. This always weirded me out. I never understood this.
I was like, is this what she really looks like or something? Like,
yeah, I was freaking out, and then I also, like, watching it again later on, I was like, is this like a weird... there was a shoe tree there, I just noticed.
Oh, yeah, that's Lena Hyena.
Yeah. But I was just, yeah.
Did you see what it said for a good time call? And I didn't read what it said. Maybe we'll see it again right here. Oh, no.
I like, because there's a Who Framed Roger Rabbit game for the Nintendo, for the NES. And it's literally like you just walk around and you go into these buildings. And I actually recognize a lot of that from just recently playing the NES game. So,
look at Tweety's a dirty, murderer.
Yeah.
You can see Sylvester or no?
I don't remember, to be honest. Oh,
he's like raging. He's like, Jim Bird.
See, they did a really good way of making sure that they were equal with everybody, because they kept putting everybody's kind of like equal together. They're like, okay, well, Mickey and Bugs together, Donald and Daffy. It was like, it was pretty simple. See, this seems a little mean-spirited for Mickey.
It's totally mean-spirited for Mickey. It's not for that fucking asshole Bugs.
No, Bugs is a douchebag.
Yeah, when you watch it back in the day, it's like a lot of the time it's like, buddy, you're asking for it. No wonder these guys are pissed off at you.
Yeah. United States. Yeah, I didn't like the versions though. I agree.
They seem like the older versions of the
it's the older
of the Warner Brothers guys,
and then kind of also the newer, because it's like we want to go classic and blah blah blah. But it was the one during like their heyday, which was like, and again maybe it's just because that's the one we saw the most cartoons. But it's like they looked more. They seemed more anamorphic at the time. Like it was like things were just off. I don't know. Like things just seemed like a little
Animorph.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Oh, that's a full Porky Pig reference.
You don't want to be in my Animorph super team? Fuck you then.
Can't do it. I sang the entire theme to Brave Star to
I'm a
my
wolf and I have 4
today.
testicles.
Nice. I sang Brave Star to Abby today.
Brave Star?
You remember that old
Brave Star. Yeah.
Eyes of the hawk, ears of the wolf. Yeah, Brave I sang the entire thing.
Brave Star.
Strength of a bear, speed of a puma.
The speed of the puma, yeah. Strength of the bear.
I like though because a puma is not known for being particularly fast. Like they're not open land cats. Right. They're like mountain jungle kind of cats. So that means they don't get a chance to really
speed of the ostrich.
Yeah,
so just like really
speed
weird
of the
animals.
Cheetah. Or speed of the peregrine falcon.
Oh, I mean, right. They couldn't get them all on the team there, right? They got a puma.
Yeah, but I like speed of a cheetah works because it's the same syllables, all that, and a cheetah is known to be the fastest land animal. So that should have
just been way off. Quills of the porcupine. Like, what? Like what?
Yeah.
Hooves of a gazelle.
Eyes of a fish, ears of a fish. Brave star, strength of a fish, speed of a fish. It's just he's a fish.
He's a fish.
Yeah. This is my little fish, Brave Star. He saves the day, doesn't he, buddy? And he just looks at you and winks, and then that's the end of the show.
That's it.
Yeah. I like because we just spent a lot of time talking about Brave Star, and I guarantee you nobody who's listening to this even knows what he is. Everybody's going to be Googling. Like, they're
Brave Star was an old school cartoon where, you guessed it, he has the strength of a bear, the speed of a puma.
But he has to, like, call
eyes
on
of
them.
a fish.
Yeah, he has to call on them.
It's like Shazam, where he's got to be like, I have to save them, and then they are.
Yeah. It's like Thundercats. Like,
he was like kind of like a manlier Inspector Gadget or something. Inspector Gadget had to call his shit out.
He was like a
Gadget,
sheriff,
you know?
Yeah. Well, no, but it was different because it's not like summoning your superpower. It's not like Storm has to yell out, "Make a storm!" Like, you know. Like...
He makes me laugh.
I'm funny. But, like, I didn't get... I love you, baby. But I didn't get Jessica Rabbit.
Oh, the poor bugger. Yeah. Oh, this right here. Here's the scene where, you know what?
Oh, this
Years ago, right there.
Yeah.
Right there, somebody... You see how fast that was? There was no way you can even see in between her legs.
Yeah.
Some mom, some stupid fucking person lost their minds because they literally went frame by frame... Yeah. Just to find a problem. And if you actually do frame by frame right there, they never colored it or anything.
Yeah.
They just they left the frames just white. And some lady swore that she saw Jessica Rabbit's vagina when she spun around and made like a big deal.
Yeah. With lips.
And you can.
With the lady.
Oh, yeah. If you stop it, it's like, wow, boom, pussy.
Yeah. That's what one would look like.
It winks, too. If you go shot for shot, it winks at you, and then it continues on.
Those are creepy masks.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Oh, this is brilliant. This, and again, very, very dark. Well, not dark, but very risque for this kind of like PG kind of movie.
Booby trap.
Yeah.
I'm saying there must be like a dark, because there's dark animated, you know, like the Tim Burtons and the Nightmare Before Christmases and stuff like that. There must be a dark area of Toontown that you could see in a sequel.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a lot of things you can revisit, and you can get deeper into other, like there's other animation now.
Exactly.
You can bring DreamWorks into it. You can bring all these other people. It would be hard,
like
though.
Like Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph did it, right?
Wreck-It Ralph did it with video games.
They should do Who Framed Roger Rabbit, too.
It's easier to do it with video games, though. Could you imagine Disney trying to get DreamWorks to give up Shrek into their movies?
Do you think this could happen now? Like, I don't even know even between Warner Brothers and Disney now, because Disney's like, fucked.
It would be very expensive. It would be exactly like the whole thing that they just went through with Sony to get Spider-Man. That was a gigantic fight.
Marvel.
Yeah.
No,
Marvel.
The only thing that saved that fight was that they couldn't make their own good movie. Even they admitted to themselves, like, man, we don't know what we're doing with this guy.
Yeah, and that's the only thing. And even
how
then,
fucking hard is it?
No, but even then, like, they had to make a crazy deal. Disney makes no money off of Spider-Man.
Nothing?
Disney makes all the decisions on Spider-Man. Sony makes the money.
Good deal.
But like on the individual Spider-Man movies. So Spider-Man being in Avengers and stuff like that is okay, and they get that money. But Spider-Man Homecoming went to Sony.
Really?
Yeah.
So they seriously just made that movie then for fans.
Yeah, pretty much.
If they're not even making money off of it.
Pretty much.
Marvel rules.
They want to. Well,
they rule.
All they want is control. They want control over the character, and they want to be able to use them. Right? That was the only time she like emotes in this movie.
That was good. I like that. I liked her crazy eyes.
Yeah, I know.
It was hot.
And that was what made me even question more that other one. I was like, is it her? Is like she about to turn back into her?
Into Edna, because Krabappel there, or whatever.
Lena Hyena.
Lena Hyena.
I don't know what her goddamn real names. That stirring
look at all
thing's
that
awesome.
dip. There's no safety rail or anything.
This reminds me of how it's made.
Oh my god.
It's like
the dip.
It's like first you stir it, and then you palletize it, and then you ship it out to the home.
The guacamole.
I always said I wanted to play that. I wanted to play that game, like a drinking game. Every time they palletize something on how it's made, you got to drink. You'd be.
I feel he kind of slips there. I wonder if they told him to do that, or if that was like
I'm sure he probably just kind of like prepared for it and allowed himself to do it, because he's a very physical guy, right? Like he does all that stuff and like and everything else, like in Back to the Future and stuff like that, right?
The freeway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, there's like a monster in the background, the shadow.
Yeah, I never noticed that before. It looks like a weird. I like the idea too that like the concept eludes them. Reminds me of like freeway. What does that do?
The fuck is that?
What, a horseless carriage? What? But like it's like even in Dawn of the Dead when they're like it's one of those new shopping centers where all the stores are in one building. Like it was
never heard of it before.
It was just new, right? I could listen to him forever. I feel really bad that his career has gone by the wayside. He's like in he's in that like show The Magicians.
Well,
right
he's
now.
still awesome. It doesn't matter. Like I always said to myself, like if as long as you got yourself into one awesome movie, like Stephen Baldwin, wins. In my personal opinion, he wins over Alec. Alec has been in so many killer movies. He's been so many killer characters, but Alec Baldwin is not in The Usual Suspects.
That's true.
Stephen Baldwin wins because Stephen Baldwin is in the fucking Usual Suspects.
Yeah, but what about Malice?
And what about Malice?
The Shadow.
Yeah, I was trying to think of that one with Sharon Stone. Sliver.
Yeah. Oh, that was William Baldwin.
Ooh, he wins then. Fuck it. William wins.
What about Daniel Baldwin? What was
Daniel wins.
Malice.
Just say any Baldwin and they've won.
Randy Baldwin. Wasn't he in American Idol?
Randy Bachman.
Oh my God, Randy Bachman. Nice.
Oh, get crazy. Roger's getting crazy.
You said Randy Bachman, and I'm thinking Randy Newman. The time comes with it right here.
What about Randy Newman singing Randy Bachman? Give me Randy Newman singing American Woman.
American Woman. It's very
kind of
it's
Bob
very Bob
Dylan-y.
Dylan.
Yeah.
But he kind of like half talks. You go down to the
You
store
got
with
a
me.
friend in me.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah,
Yeah, exactly.
blah, blah.
It's like he talks about just random stuff. Oh, let's see. There's what he talking about Raoul again.
Raoul.
There's a little
Raoul's a troublemaker.
the hidden Mickey is coming up in this. You know, Disney always has a hidden Mickey in their movies.
I always hide a Mickey when I go in to see Disney movies. Little kid's like, "Can I have a sip, mister?" I'm like, "Yes, I'll put hair in your balls, kid." It's some little girl. And knowing this day and age, it will put hair on her balls.
But I don't want hair on your balls because that ruins the whole point.
That's the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Better
Oh my
than
God.
Goofy. That's all I
She's a
wanted to hear
whore?
after I've had made love to a woman. Was I better than Goofy?
Which is, again,
yeah.
she's really like handing out, you know what I mean?
Jessica Rabbit.
Again, it's a very elaborate plan. And why are they using toon rope to tie them to a real hook?
He doesn't seem to be. Like, I would still be pissed off that she patty caked with that guy. Roger seems to be kind of cool.
You can't
dwell
turn
on the
that
past,
down.
eh? Oh, jeez. What?
Oh, good. I think that answers your question.
Yes,
on whether or not
I was
the
just
last
going to
one
say,
was on
yeah,
purpose.
exactly. It just did.
But
Oh, fuck.
you fools. But yeah, it's like you got when you get something like that, you got to lock that shit down immediately. Like it's you're gonna let some cheating occur. You're gonna let. It's like if I had Kate Upton and she's like, yeah, kind of went to Aspen with this guy and just let him like friggin' rail me for the weekend. I'm like, yeah, all right, just don't do it again.
Yeah, don't. And this is the 5th time, right? Don't do it again.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to Aspen this weekend. Oh, good. You can get some skiing done.
Yeah, bring your friends.
Probably.
I'll pay.
Yeah.
Here, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with the offensive line from the Minnesota Vikings. Oh, that should be
Have
fun.
fun, dear.
That should be fun.
Oh, too bad I can't make it. I never asked.
Don't you tire them out. I've got them on my pro line this year. Oh, that this Calliope music here is like it's the same thing that you get in like carousels and stuff like that. Very loud on my poor baby boy's sensitive ears, so he gets very upset when he hears
That's
this
really
stuff.
Bob Hoskins.
Oh yeah, he does lots of backflips. See, look at there's your hidden Mickey. The way he's holding the balls.
Ah.
Fuckity fuck. So he's really got his shit together. Again, that should kill him, right? Ooh, it's good to have a banana peel happening.
It's always where you need it in Toontown.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes Buddy. I'm back. My eyeballs are fine. He's killing it, eh?
Yeah, he's really got pratfalls down. But again, only funny to a tune.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh.
That's how I want to go, man. That's how I want to fucking go.
I want to fight my soul back into me.
Oh, yeah.
Get back in.
I want to watch my soul leave and then fall off a ladder.
It's again super dark. I think from like a volume perspective, there's no way that thing could have weighed 50 tons. No. Oh God.
Oh, yeah.
It's like everything just makes me really cool. Oh, he just murdered that guy. Does his
that's
hat
the guy I want to be.
Because the hat was part of his character. Does the hat just refuse to exist, or
did you watch it just dissolve when you landed in the thing, or did it fall to the ground?
No, it was still just like slowly falling. I don't know if it was going to fall to the ground or in the dip. So can I pick up that hat and wear it? Like that's good news.
Yeah, I think you could. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's gone.
But
that shouldn't have killed him.
Yeah, I guess not, eh? But I think
he's probably laughing.
Yeah. That's really mean. But think about the idea, what the plan was. The plan was to use this machine to drill through this wall and then literally just spray that stuff around like they were like Rambo spreading a friggin' minigun.
Yeah.
And
Look at him.
Oh, he looks so good.
He's amazing. He was great in Dennis the Menace. He's great in everything.
Oh God! Anytime you give Christopher Lloyd a chance to like just
to chew it up a bit.
Because again, you got a crazy overact. It's kind of like the way Raul Julia kicks.
I don't think he's overacting though.
No, overacting is the wrong word, but you do know what I mean.
You gotta
like
chew the scenery a bit, yeah.
Like he's
gotta
really,
ham it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So Blue Eyes?
Singing star. No, maybe it is. Yeah, it is.
It sounds like old Blue Eyes.
That is old Blue Eyes. But he looks...
I gotta give him a little bit, right? It's Frankie. You gotta give him a couple minutes there.
I was feeling like it might be Paul Anka. I actually found one of those magnets at a toy store.
Hey, that sound.
I couldn't tell you what the sound was. But yeah, I wanted to buy... I should have bought it for Abby. Because
you know what? I have a feeling that's the same sound as the electric gremlin in Gremlins 2.
That could very well be.
I love that sound.
Because it's kind of doing that like lightning bolty thing.
It's kind of like a fax tone, lightning bolty, electro, something or other.
Yeah. Yeah, you're combining a lot of words that confuse me, so I can't help.
That's how they made the T-Rex's roar. All those three right there in Jurassic Park.
Yeah. And then they played Rosie Perez's voice backwards. Because you go, how you doing? Turns into like...
Roar.
It's like the if you play like the Chipmunks in a different speed, like the old records,
right?
And like you play it in the slower speed, so their voices are normal. And then so I think Patton Oswalt talked about this too, where he was and Dave, because it's all slowed down, he'd be like, so it was like a demon talking
like a
to three normal guys.
Tune.
Yeah, it's good.
A demon talking to three normal dudes.
Because you'd hear the Chipmunks and be like, okay, Christmas time is here. Oh, that's glue. Just some sticky ass glue.
That's cool. I like that. But, looks like Nickelodeon Gak or something.
Yeah, I know. It's
like it just jerked off the swamp thing. Oh my God.
Found our episode title. This is actually the second movie of this year where somebody died via steamroller.
Wait, don't tell me.
Okay.
Somebody died being steamrolled. Rickrolled?
Not rickrolled. They were not rickrolled.
And they didn't die from it. Listen to him.
Yeah. They just didn't give him up.
This is what I sound like when I'm blowing it.
Yeah. It seems about right.
And my little chipmunk penis.
No, but okay,
what was it?
A Fish Called Wanda.
We didn't watch A Fish Called Wanda.
No, I didn't say we didn't. I didn't say we watched it. I said it was the second movie of this year, like 1988.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck? Oh my God, what's happening here?
That's crazy. This actually, because this was all stop motion animated, but that character still resides in Robert Zemeckis' office.
This flattened version of.
Yeah. I love this voice too. He looks kind of like Freddy Krueger there, actually.
I like how he's really sweating.
Yeah. Speaking of Freddy Krueger, they just talked to Robert Englund, because I guess they're doing another reboot of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Right.
And they asked they asked him who he would want to play Freddy now.
He said himself?
No, he said Kevin Bacon.
Really?
Yeah, he said Kevin Bacon should be the next Freddy. And I was like, I can kind of see that. That would be an interesting little twist. Oh, that voice. You would think he would recognize
He should have said no.
You would think he'd
remember me? No.
Yeah. No, it doesn't ring a bell.
Never heard that voice before.
And then he just takes off the coat. Wait a minute, it is you.
Oh my God.
There you go, turn it back on.
Right
Somebody get them down. I would have while he was getting squished by the
holy jeez, I keep that under the glove.
Yeah.
No glove, no love.
Oh man, it's a good thing Toons probably don't have to masturbate.
How do you know?
I said probably. I didn't say definitely.
Oh my God.
God, this is where he has to even act a little bit harder too, right? Because before he was being a little bit
normal.
Yeah. Well, not even normal.
Normal,
he was he's hiding something. There's a lot of layers to the other version of the character, but now he's letting loose type thing. So there's a lot going on with him right now. It's good. It's
his wife's not. He's like, there's a lot. The kids are pissed. Yeah, he's got a blade for an arm.
It's worthy of an award. I just couldn't tell you which award.
Oh, you had a bloodshot eye there too, Valiant there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he's still a little drunk from before. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, there you go, bud. Take that.
That's so
You
good.
fucking murderous toon piece of shit.
Should have started like melting him immediately though, should it not? Oh.
There should have been a joke where the
that was my
dip
pee
only
stream.
hits her boobs.
Oh my
and
God.
burns her boobs off.
Just-
so then
no,
she's
just brings
like,
them down to
to a regular, and then Roger leaves her.
No, she just goes, my back stopped hurting.
Yeah.
I liked it though, because that did look a lot like my pee stream. It's sort of green and it was shooting really
Oh my
hard.
God,
and
it
then
looks like the
died.
Toxic Avengers pee stream.
Yes.
Like big, for real.
Yeah, it does. Oh, good God. I think he hits us with a What a World.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
God, is anybody allowed to melt and not do that?
Ooh.
See, what's even worse is that there was...
Now instead of doing that, you put your thumb up.
Yes. Because he had like fake skin here or whatever that you see in a minute. So I was like, what did he really look like? I want to know what he like looked like without the skin on.
After I come up with my Roger Rabbit sequel, I'll do a prequel about Doom and how he turned evil.
It'd be a pretty cool... I think that would be a pretty cool
Fucking
movie,
A, it would be, man. I just came up with a real one.
You got him and his brother, like you get the young guys playing him and his brother, do it like being this successful detectives who are working for Toontown, so it's mostly takes place in Toontown, and then the movie ends with his brother getting killed.
Yep.
I love it.
Right into this one.
Do you know how annoying?
How did they get that on the track so damn fast?
What? Well, the track's right there. I don't know what to tell you.
This will just clean it right up real quick.
Because
they're in Toontown, wouldn't that dip rip through the ground and everything?
Well, this part's not in Toontown. Nothing there is. That's all.
Oh, it's
human-made
beyond
stuff.
the wall is Toontown.
Yes. And all that stuff, like you can see what's human made and what's not.
Can you imagine being there every day? The buildings, look at the sun swing, and they're all so happy. There's probably so many suicides in Toontown. It's unbelievable.
But yeah, human suicides for sure.
No, and Toons.
Oh, and Toons. Well, they can't kill themselves though. They're
They
just
try.
like literally all just hanging. They're going like, wah, wah, wah.
Pretending.
Yeah, no doubt. Yes, mush the motorboat. That shit.
Yeah.
You see, he's they start playing patty cake, and then he sits in a corner and he's watching, but he's not masturbating because that's not what patty cake is for. He's just slowly clapping his hands, which would be the equal to that.
But it would have to look like you're flicking through pictures.
Yes. Why did the girl
What
get
a
invited
mess.
along with the cop? Hey, you're a bartender who runs potentially a speakeasy.
They need her services. You
Why
never
did
know
he-
when you're going to need a freshly made Sex on the Beach.
I like that he just said, I think your lab boys will be able to figure this out. There were no labs back then, were there?
He meant they're a bunch of half dog, half people, and they'll smell it. They're labs, Labrador Retriever boys, and they will smell it for evidence.
There you go. Rob Corddry would play that cop now. I just looked at him and I'm like, Rob Corddry would be perfect.
That's Rob Corddry. I think Rob Corddry would play the melted corpse of Doom.
Try and find everybody. Look at
Who's a demented clown in the background?
I think that was
What the
Pennywise.
fuck was that?
That was definitely Pennywise.
You think?
Yep.
Oh, fucking asshole.
Yeah. I'm glad that fucking guy died. And I did make a mistake. I did call him RK Maroon earlier, but it was Marvin Acme.
Marvin
Who
Acme.
died.
You don't even know what you're doing.
I fucked up.
You've been faking your way through this whole fucking thing.
Oh, there's Sylvester.
There's Woody.
Woody Woodpeckers. Yeah, we found some people.
Eh?
I wonder if there was a difference between using them with dialogue and using them without dialogue as far as gaining the rights for them.
Oh, yeah. Magic Ink.
Okay, that didn't work.
Ooh, look at that angle, eh?
Yeah. Oh, he can read at least he can read words like bequeath and in perpetuity. Yay. Well, how does that get split
Oh,
up
there's a bunch of them.
See,
Oh, there's some black and white ones. There's some old turtle.
yeah, there's
Some demented jester thing.
That was the turtle from the.
There's that clown again.
From the Warner Tortoise and Air. Yeah, that's terrifying. I don't like it.
Ugh.
Oh, I like this. Oh man, it's weird though because he does like it's weird to see him even act like that kind of like it's like he's got this kind of like childish way that he reacts to things even if he's being serious.
Right.
And like it's hard to kind of reconcile the decisions he's making with his acting. Oh, they're kissing. He was kissing nothing.
No.
But now knowing that he was going through a mental thing during this whole thing, that means he actually thought he was kissing a rabbit during that.
He's like, does this answer your question? I kiss people and then kill them.
Yeah.
So what? Smile, everybody. Tunes and people get along.
This song is called Smile, Darn Ya Smile.
Just darn it, you better fucking smile.
I'm trying to recognize as many, but there's a cow from old Mickey Mouse.
This one is like all the old school ones.
A lot, yeah. Well, that's because most, like, you've used up the big guys already. So
you see all these black and white ones.
There's some.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. But I'm trying to see everybody. But yeah, like basically, it's like we said, you've used up all the big guys, so it's like you want to fill them up, but again, you don't want to just make up characters.
You see, and then after that's all, folks, Tinkerbell comes in.
Yep.
You gotta have equal screen time.
Equal screen time, and you gotta it's still Disney in the end.
Yep.
God, what a good movie.
Yep, that was a good one.
All right, well, while we're doing some extra credit, let's try and work in some modern characters.
Yeah, we still haven't done Bob Hoskins' role.
Okay, I'm not going to worry about him. If we get it, we get it.
Okay, it's Who Censored Roger Rabbit?
Yeah, that was the name of the book, was Who Censored.
So who would be the
like
real-life Jessica Rabbit?
Yeah, a real life, I have no idea. I was just thinking about, like, bringing cartoons from today and do, like, a sequel or something like
who
that.
would be okay?
You'd have to have The Simpsons.
Yeah, The Simpsons would have to be in there. You have to probably put Family Guy in there. Like, fucking blow my fucking brains out.
Yeah. So, although I did like, they did the Family Guy Simpsons crossover, which was actually pretty funny.
That's what I heard. I can't even do it.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't, like, after they made fun of each other so much, I was like, how can you guys do this? Like, come on.
Yeah, I know.
Don't you guys have any fucking, like, if it'll make money, that's what they get. Money. Mm-hmm. That's what they want.
Absolutely.
Like, fucking dickbag there with the mustache holds out for way more money than anybody else. They said he was an asshole his whole career, though. What's his
Harry
name?
Shearer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said he's just a prick, like, all around.
That bums me out, too, because he's in a lot of my favorite movies.
I know, but apparently he is, like, the biggest dick.
Oh, that bums me out.
Who else? What other cartoons? Well,
we were
the new Disneys.
All the new
Incredibles.
Disney stuff.
There's so many Disney characters, though.
Yeah.
We would have to break it down to who are the Roger Rabbits and the Mickey Mouses of now.
Yeah, I think you would have to, though, but, like, you would want to have, like, a thing where, like, oh, you want to see the Disney princesses. So you'd have, like, a scene where, like,
the
the
strip
Disney
club and all the Disney princesses work there.
There'd be, like, a bachelorette party or something, like, at that club. You'd have a bachelorette party of all the Disney princesses.
There's so many cartoons on now,
and now you've got the DreamWorks, so you'd have to figure out, like, Shrek into the mix. Like, a lot of them are characters.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd have to. I don't know if you could do the one-offs. Like, no Elsa. Well, Elsa would be in the scene with all the princesses.
Again, she wouldn't get full-on screen time, but she would.
Yeah, you'd have to probably have the Minions. It'd have to be in there.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
The fucking DreamWorks and suck it.
Just
take
Minions
all
aren't
the
DreamWorks. Actually, I really enjoy
it.
No, it's
Image.
Yeah. Imagine.
Illumination. Oh, Illumination.
Yeah. Actually, I took Abby to see Despicable Me 3. It was quite funny.
Oh my god.
What's his face? Trey Parker.
You've got parent brain now.
I know. Trey Parker played the bad guy in it. Actually.
What?
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah. And he was hilarious. He played like an 80s child actor who went bad when he stopped being famous.
What? Maybe I will.
It's better than
Despicable Me 3.
I didn't care a lot.
I'm shocked that he did it.
I didn't care a lot about Despicable Me 1 or 2.
I
watched Minions. I took Abby to see Minions, and it was cute, funny, like not funny, but cute, funny. And then this one came out, and then just his concept made me laugh so friggin' hard.
Maybe I'll check that one out.
So yeah, it was worth it.
Once I'm done with the Emoji Movie.
Yeah,
I just gotta watch that one. The tape runs right out.
We're gonna keep those. We're gonna keep Emoji Movie out of this version of that.
It'll be the whole next one.
Yeah, who else?
I'm trying to think of like the biggest. It would be The Simpsons.
I'm trying to think of like the Adult
you can't
Swim
have those
kind of
as
stuff
the main,
too.
Like you can't have the Aqua Teen Hunger Force or like.
You could. You just
Space
have to.
Ghost.
You have to work
it
in.
Work it all in. Yeah.
Again, it's just
Archer.
Yeah.
Bob's Burgers.
Archer would fit into this like a glove, actually.
Just have Archer as all of his characters in one.
But it would work.
What's his name?
Yeah.
Benjamin. H. John Benjamin.
Well, I'm just thinking Archer would work really well just because he's like an old detective kind of thing, right? Like he would
work really well, actually.
And a lot of people like working with Archer. Like Conan shot a thing with Archer, for Archer one time.
I haven't caught up to Archer, but I really loved it. I think I'm like 4 seasons in, but I've fallen behind. There's way too much shit out there.
That's the problem. And like I said, because I work for that channel, it's like I see them on and off and for chunks. And
I like Archer. I think Archer's really funny.
And I'm like, oh, that's very funny. And I
it got very like like Dexter, third season into Dexter, like I could have written you the next season.
Yeah.
It's like, we're friends. Hey, I'm Dexter, and I meet this guy. You're a cool guy.
Yeah.
I like you. He turns out to just coincidentally be a fucking serial killer, just like everybody, you know what I mean?
Or wants
like
to be
his sister went out with like 2 serial killers in like 5 seasons.
Well, yeah.
I was like,
that's
oh,
true.
fuck. And then the ice truck kill, you know what I mean? It was just always like the same kind of thing. Yeah. Where Archer became
John Lithgow.
Archer was like, that season was amazing.
Trinity Killer
amazing. After that, I was like, I can't watch the show anymore because there's no way anything's going to beat this.
And it never did.
Well, no, because in the next one, it was like 3 episodes of them crying and mourning. What's her name? And I was like, I can't even do this. I was like, I can't do this.
I watched right to the end, and it was really disappointing.
How does it end? Does he die?
No, she dies. His
the
sister.
wife. Oh, his sister dies?
His sister dies, and he just like carries her out and goes out on his boat and like just lets her sink into the water.
Like that's where he dumps
like
a lot
he
of
gets
people.
her killed. Well, she finds out that he's a serial killer in the
that's
last.
Right. Well,
the end of the last season.
Somewhere in the where I was, she was starting to be like, like.
And then they start like almost having a relationship. Which was weird because they're not actual brother and sister because they find out that he's
that's
like,
hot.
Yeah, like because he was discovered.
That's Game of Thrones hot.
So it was a really weird thing.
You're my brother and you're a serial killer. Kiss me.
But then literally it ends like he just puts her in the water. She sinks, goes away.
And that's the very
And then
end.
it goes to a shot of like it's in Canada. And then he's like, and then you see this guy walk into like he's a lumberjack, like it's like a lumberjack thing, and he walks into like a little trailer or whatever, and he's got a beard and he just looks into the camera, and then that's the end of the show.
Really?
And it's just like, oh, so he got away and now he's just living.
Yeah, but his life sucks because everybody he ever loved died. Because
everybody he loves died, and he can't murder anymore.
Yeah. Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
What do you think he was more bummed about? His family's all dead, or he can't murder anymore?
Well, being a sociopath, I'm pretty sure it's because he can't murder anymore. This is the thing that makes me feel those people just existed.
Yeah. His kill room was a good idea.
Yeah. It's still my favorite joke. It was, what's his face? Robert Kirkman from The Walking Dead. They were talking about the end of Dexter, and he's like, yeah, they really stuck the landing on that one. And then he's like, that is why we are never ending The Walking Dead. All right, guys.
You can tell they're never going to end that fucking thing off.
I know. Well, why would you?
It's still a cash kizaw.
Exactly, right? Even if I stop watching eventually, it's like, yeah, they'll still be making money.
Oh, I've stopped watching a long time ago.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know what's worse than the zombies? Humans.
That's true.
It's like, ugh, come on.
It's true.
Can't there be like a super zombie bad guy? It's always got to be like, watch out for the humans.
They made an awesome one this past season, actually, where it was like a gladiator zombie.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
There was these people who live like amongst the junk, and they put like a helmet, like a metal helmet on his head, and they nailed it like into his like cheeks and stuff like that. So it basically completely protected his skull. And then they made Rick fight it. And like it basically was completely protected from being able to kill it. So it was
like some Thunderdome fight or something, eh?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was very out there. It was a big twist.
That sounds pretty cool.
What they did, yeah. But whatever.
Whatevs. It is cool as us.
It's not as cool as us, not as cool as Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Miscast commentary.
Miscast commentary brought to you by... Oh no, we already did that. Oh my god, my brain's going in a loop. Maybe I am dead. Maybe I am a zombie.
Maybe we are dead cartoon ghosts.
Yeah. Maybe we are Canadian lumberjacks.
Oh my god. Let's sing the Canadian lumberjack theme.
Star
Wars.
Country. All right, guys, that is the end of another episode of this bad boy.
Just tonight, baby. Just 3 in a row.
Yeah, that's the first of 3 for us. Anyways, you know how to reach us as always. Podcast at miscastcommentary.com, Twitter at miscastpodcast, Instagram at miscastcommentary. Catch us Joe at miscastcommentary.com, Todd at miscastcommentary.com. Get in touch with us. Get in touch with each other. You know whose emails you know better? Your friends and stuff like that. Email your friends and say, hey, just put a little link to an episode you like, even if it's not this one, and say, hey, go back and check out the Star Wars episode. Or go back and check out Marked for Death, when Todd was surprised that Danny Trejo was kicking around and stuff like that.
I'm always surprised Danny Trejo's kicking around.
Go to that short one where Joe's just hopped up on...
Goofballs?
from the wisdom tooth removal and decided to record a little mini episode by himself.
If you want to get in touch with me, you do like Melissa Etheridge and you come to my window.
Yes.
All right.
And he just
it's always open.
You come in the general direction of his window, and he will follow the weird wet
Come
trail.
into my window.
Yeah,
I'll see it. I will follow.
Yeah, I'm down with him.
To them,
and then some.
And they will tell us how much they love us.
Yes.
Maybe they'll kidnap me if I'm following a trail of jism splasm.
Yeah.
You better be nuts, and you better hold me for ransom.
Well, he had definitely nutted.
Genius.
I'm really good at
If
this.
somebody did a ransom and they said, hey, I'll kill Todd if you don't make me your co-host for one of the films, what would you do? But they get to pick the film.
Oh, that's fine then. Let him pick the film and do it. Probably crazy people aren't going to pick the kind of movies we watch, right?
What if it was like they did way too good of a job?
Well, then you would have an awkward moment as he's
okay.
The third guest
Here it is, right? Okay,
Yeah.
So I'm being held ransom.
Okay.
This psychopath has made a deal with you that he will be your guest host.
Yes.
You're hooked up to monitors to show your joy levels on this person's performance.
Okay.
If your joy level and the truthometer goes beyond what I'm capable of doing, I die.
Well, I think that
So they would ask you. They'd be like, hey, what'd you think? You'd be like, I hated it. They'd be like, he's lying. He loved it. Todd's dead.
My joyometer has never crept above 0. You have to
I'm just
actually
looking for a blip. That sounds like Speed meets Saw.
Speed Saw
meets Talk Show.
Speed Saw Talk Show.
Speed Saw Talk Show 2000.
Again, my joy level nowhere. It doesn't even matter. All right, guys, that's enough for this one. Tune in next week. We're going to announce the next movie. We're going to record the next movie right now, but we're going to announce it next week.
No, not right away.
Not right away?
Yeah, I want to smoke a cigarette or something.
All right, yeah.
Don't smoke, kids.
You guys don't smoke.
Unless you want to be cool.
Todd needs some stimulants in his body to get him to 4. So let's get this turkey
I need
going.
a Pepsi Cola and some smokes.
All right, guys. We will see you next week.
I actually have a Pepsi Cola from Japan. It has hunks of cigarette floating in it.
Probably.
It's called the All Fucking Nighter, but it's written in Japanese, so I can't pronounce it. But in English, it's All Fucking Nighter.
It actually translates to Super Happy Fun Night or something like that.
It's actually that old super one with double the caffeine. That's all it is. What was that pop? Jolt.
Yeah, and
it's actually just Jolt,
and it just tastes like little girl panties.
I'm
on it. All right, guys, tune in next week. We love you. Well, I love you. I don't know. I don't speak for Todd. Todd can't love.
I'm incapable of it.
All right. Catch you later.
This has been Miscast Commentary with your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray. Executive producer, Joe Finley. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Visit www.miscastcommentary.com for all news related to the podcast. Miscast Commentary is a Miscast Media production.